Today we will continue with the chapter on geographical grid, latitudes and longitudes. In the last class we had discussed about the latitudes, the equator and the other important lines of latitude, definition of latitude, importance of latitude and the heat zones. Today we are going to discuss the topic on longitudes, meridians of longitudes, prime meridian, the GMT, the time zones, and the international date line. This is you can say, the longitudes and latitudes made on a paper, flat sheet of paper, trying to explain us how they are divided. So, the equator, this part is the equator, and then the center part is the prime meridian, and all the others are the lines of longitudes running east and west of the earth, and as you see they are all semicircles. Now we start with the definition of longitudes. Longitude is the angular distance of a place east and west of the prime meridian. They are also known as meridians, meaning semicircles. When two opposite meridians join each other, they make complete circles, and hence they are also called great circles. Like the 0 degree prime meridian, when it joins 180 degrees at the opposite side of it, it makes a full circle. Children, to make you understand uh, how the angular distances are marked, because longitudes are also angular distances marked or joining North Pole and South Pole. So here I have made an angle of 180 degrees. So how do I make it? And suppose this, when the earth rotates, it comes again to 0 degrees. So what do we do? This angle is, again, they are degrees written and not kilometers and meters, because the angles are taken from the center of the earth. If this was the earth, the spherical shape, it has 360 degrees all around. A circle has 360 degrees. So how do we take from the center of the earth? For that I have cut the orange. You can see that it is in triangles can be seen. Like this only, triangles are made from the center of the earth towards the surface of the earth, the curvature of the earth, and the angles are marked. Suppose this was 0 degree, this would be 180 degrees, and another 180 degrees here. So altogether it makes an angle of 360. All these are actually semicircles, and when it is the other side of it is also taken into account, then it becomes the full circle. 0 degree opposite line is 180, and therefore that becomes the full circle. Now if I take 1 degree, then the opposite side of 1 degree will be 179 degrees, and altogether they make 100 degrees, 180 degrees. So from the top we take the protractor, we mark the lines, the angles, 1 degree, then we make 15 degrees, and likewise we go on making the degrees and marking it on the earth, and therefore we get all the 360 degrees. Okay, now longitudes are semicircles. They run from North Pole to South Pole. They are semicircles which converge at North Pole and South Pole, as you can see in the diagram. That means that they are not parallel to each other. They are of equal length, but the distance between any two meridian goes on decreasing towards the poles. But if you take the length from North Pole to South Pole, they are all of the same length, unlike the latitudes. But the distance between them, it goes on decreasing as one moves towards the poles, to the extent that it converges as a point in 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south. Now the center part of the meridian is known as the prime meridian, which is the very important meridian and central meridian. From here only the GMT is taken for the countries. Now, why do we call prime meridian as Greenwich Mean Time? We call it a Greenwich Mean Time because it was formed at a village known as Greenwich, which is near River Thames in London. And from here only the time of the whole world is calculated. Now, when we come closer, I have written 15 degrees east, 30 degree east, 45 degree east, 15 degrees west, 30 degrees west, and 45 degrees west. Now, since the prime meridian divides the earth into eastern and western hemisphere, hence the suffix or the grades are also written likewise. Like we have the 23.5 degrees north, 23.5 degrees south, we have 15 degrees east, 15 degrees west. Now each and every line of the meridian has another meridian joining to it to make it a full circle on the opposite side also. Like 0 degree has 180 degrees totally opposite to it. When both taken together, they make full circle, or they are also known as the great circle. So all the lines of meridians, they have one another meridian opposite to it, which makes it a great circle. Like 1 degree has 179 degrees opposite to it, 2 degree has 178 degree opposite to it, 60 degree has 120 degrees opposite to it. So just you have to take care that whenever you are taking the opposite and you add it with the one which you know, the answer should be 180. So therefore there are about all the latitude meridians, they are actually full circles when taken together. Now the earth takes, how many number of meridians are there? 360 meridians are there. Now the earth takes 24 hours to move or to take complete one rotation. So we divide the time, or we come to know about the time or calculate the time of the earth on the basis of this number. We divide 360 by 24, that is a time taken by the earth to rotate, and when we divide, the answer we get is 15. That means that there is a difference of 1 hour at every 15 degrees east or west. So if we are traveling from 0 degrees to 15 degrees, we have traveled for 1 hour. We have traveled from 0 degrees to 30 degrees, then we have traveled for 2 hours. 45 degrees, 3 hours, and so on. This will give you more clear information about longitudes. Like the latitudes divides the earth into heat zones, longitudes divides the earth into time zones, and it is the angular distance taken from the center of the earth. Now longitudes are angular distance of a place east and west of the prime meridian. The center line or the main meridian divides the earth into eastern and western hemispheres. It passes through a village in Greenwich near River Thames in London. They are semicircles, not full circles, and when they are joined, they become full circles. Now, all the meridians are of equal length, but the distance between the meridian goes on decreasing from the equator towards the poles. There is a relationship between longitude and time. You can see in the diagram that it goes. Now, as the earth rotates, every place has sunrise and sunset at different times. The earth completes its rotation in approximately 24 hours. That means earth rotates rotates 360 degrees in 24 hours. Or you can say that the earth travels an angular distance of 360 degrees in 24 hours. So in 1 hour, how much will it travel? It will travel 360 degrees, which is divided by 24 hours, which gives 15 degrees. So in 1 hour the earth travels about 15, or in fact 15 degrees only.